clockwise. 1, 2, 3. This is just to lock in the energy that you gathered. This is a traditional way of closing the meditation in Qigong. So, all right, feel free to stretch out, move around a little bit, you know. Jump, kick, whatever it takes just to kind of get yourself nice and loosened up. And when you're ready, you can take a seat. So I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. That is a good form of meditation. I've used it many, many times over the course of the last 20 plus years, and I've seen really great results. And you can strengthen your natural healing energy with it. So hopefully, I hope you find that helpful. All right. We're going to get right into doing some of the self-shiatsu Anma therapy. So shiatsu is a Japanese form of acupressure. Okay, shi means finger, atsu means pressure. Okay, Anma, same thing. Anma is a form of massage work. Okay, and we're going to utilize the two together, and we combine. Well, when you bring the two together, it's known as shiatsu Anma. That was actually started by my teacher that I studied under. In Japanese, we call sensei. So Sensei Kaneko Sensei taught me these techniques, and then I developed it to teach people how to do it for themselves rather than practitioner working on them. So we're going to start off right off the bat with the first one is about stress reduction. Okay, this is one that is really good, and this is a great one for you guys that have kids. A good friend of mine, I taught her this, and she is a counselor for middle school. You know what middle school is like? Everything's drama in middle school, man. Kids come into a counselor, it's all like, oh no, da, 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 and they're crying and they can't catch their breath. It's simple. It's a real simple thing. Right here in the center of your chest, okay? This is a point that's known as the Sea of Tranquility. An acupuncture point is called conception vessel 17, but known as the Sea of Tranquility. This is the calming area of the body. You don't need to pinpoint the point. If you're an acupuncturist, you would, but if you're not, that's okay. Simply put your hands over the center of your chest like this. And you breathe and relax the center of your chest. Okay. Same, keep doing it. Breathe in, breathe out, relax the chest. Your hands are there just to remind you where to relax. You're actually relaxing your chest, okay? This is the calming area of the body. You do this for about 1 minute's time, and you will find yourself calming down. This is one of the great points that I love because people come in often with stress issues. And if you can teach people how to deal with their stress by simply relaxing the center of their chest, you can find great things happening. So for all of us, because we're all under stress right now because of what's going on, this is a good one to come to and just say, okay, you know what? The world's going to have to stop for a little bit. I need my time, and relax the center of the chest. If you have other forms of stress reduction, by all means, utilize them as well. This is just one of many forms, but it's a great point. Okay, we're going to start off talking about, the next one we'll talk about is headaches. So I don't know how many people out there get headaches and such, but it's a pretty common one. So the first point to treat for headaches is in the hand. So I'm going to bring my wife over here and I'll show you her hand like this, okay? I don't know if you can see her hand. Bring it up a little bit closer. So between the thumb and index finger here, you have a padded area right here. I don't know if y'all, can you see that? Okay. Okay. So in this padded area right here, if you push into this padded area, what you'll find is there's a tendon in there and you push right onto the tendon. And probably hurts a little bit. So if you feel it, it feels like a little bit of a band, and you feel for it and you press right on it. Okay, this is known as large intestine 4. This is the headache point. Okay, I'll show it on myself too. So thumb, index finger, this padded area here. I'm going to push right into the pad, and it hurts a little bit when you push into it. So when you push into it, don't just gently push. You got to push a little bit of pressure, like a moderate level of pressure. And when you hit it, you go, oh, that's it. That's the point. I got it. Okay. And when you do this, you want to breathe and relax. So when you have a headache, apply a pressure into that point and try to relax. Okay, what we don't want to do is apply a pressure into this point and go, okay, that's not going to help us. We need to calm ourselves down, decrease the stress on our face and head, apply a pressure, breathe and relax. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you something real quick that I don't normally teach to a lot of people in classes because I always forget, but it just hit me. Here's a real great thing to do in order to help decrease pain, okay? So number one, you need to feel the pain. So let's go ahead and go to that same point in the hand, okay? Push into it and say, oh, I feel that pain. So, okay, good, because then your brain can stop firing the pain message from your head down to the body part. So you feel the pain, okay? It's kind of like acknowledging when someone's calling you. If you don't pick up the phone, it keeps ringing. So you have to pick up the phone. So I feel that pain. You can even say that. Feel the pain. And then you take a breath in, exhale, and as you exhale, let the pain go, and then relax the area. So if I'm having a headache, I'm relaxing my thumb area and my head at the same time. So again, feel the pain, take a breath in, exhale, let the pain go, relax the area. And you just keep doing that for 1 minute's time. What you'll find is the pain will begin to decrease. A lot of times people will tell me they start off with a pain at an 8 and it'll drop down to a 3 or a 2. Some people completely gone. So that's a great method. So remember the steps. Feel the pain, take a breath in, exhale, let the pain go, relax the area. Okay, and that's a simple thing of getting rid of the pain. The other point that I'm going to show you is along the base of the skull. So I'm actually going to do this one on myself. Jason, make sure I'm lined up so you can see me. Yeah. Okay. So all along the base of my skull is a bunch of points. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. So we don't push directly on the spine. Never push directly on the spine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to apply them on either side of the spine along the base of the skull. I'm going to apply that pressure here and just breathe and relax. And I can do small circles. Okay. Now note this, my thumbs are not moving, so I'm not wiggling my thumbs. I lock my thumbs, my arms are doing the work. You wiggle your thumbs, your hands are going to get tired real fast. Okay. And then I'm going to slide away. Okay. And hit another point and go, oh yeah, that's a good one. Hold it. I can do small circles. I can go side to side even. Whatever works. When you come across points that are really tight or painful, stay on them a little bit longer. And then we're going to slide. Find another point. It's like, oh, that's a good one too. Relax this one. Good headache point. You come down here. This will be about the 4th one or so. You come here. It's like, yeah, that's a good one too. Now, after this, the skull curves like this. It makes a curve. And I call it the cove. It's going to turn into like a cove. When you get into the cove, lighten your pressure. Don't push so hard. It's very sensitive inside the cove. Okay, so lighten your pressure. Just breathe and relax. Okay. And those are the points known as the occipital points. So you can apply pressure into them. What works really good is if you lie down on your back, put your hands behind your head, and then you apply a pressure with your thumb. The weight of your head is going to go into your thumbs, so your hands don't have to work so hard. So when you're having a headache, laying down on your bed, or someplace comfortable, put your hands behind it, works really good. So that's a really good point for headache. Sometimes we have issues. It could be at work, it could be in the vehicle, where we have issues of nausea. Or upset stomach kind of thing. Sometimes get back from lunch or whatever, might have an upset stomach. So it's actually a really good point. So we'll bring Tracy in again. Okay, so here's Tracy's hand. This is the palm side. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure, you're going to measure 3 fingers from this wrist crease. You have a crease right here in your wrist. So 3 fingers right in the center of the wrist. Okay, this is a point called pericardium 6 where the 3rd finger is. Okay, and we're going to apply pressure right into that spot. Okay, so I'll show it on myself too. So here's my wrist, here's the wrist crease, 3 fingers from the wrist crease right in the middle of the wrist, right here, right down the center. 3 fingers, apply a pressure right here where the third finger is, pericardium 6. This is the nausea point, so it's right there. Okay. So you can put a moderate level of pressure. You got to push into a little bit, and then again follow that same thing. You know, feel it, take a breath in, exhale, let it go, relax the area. Okay. Sometimes you might have seen people selling these kind of like wristbands with a bead on it when you go on a boat or whatnot, and it's like supposed to help you with the nausea. That's where they're pushing. That's where it's supposed to push. 3 fingers from the wrist crease. Okay, that's pericardium 6, and that's your nausea point. So that's a really good point to have and be available for you whenever you're having any type of upset stomach or things like that. Okay, so now here's one that's really helpful. I'm gonna repeat it a number of times so that you get to see it, because it's a little bit difficult to see on this screen. When I do it live, it's a much easier thing. But this one's for boosting your immune system. This is something we're probably all concerned about right now. How can I strengthen my immune system? So there are many points for boosting the immune system, but this is the simplest ones that you can do for yourself. So bring Tracy back in here again. Okay. So, all right. I don't know if we can angle you. Stand up a minute. Okay. And turn that way, something like that. Okay. So everybody has a little crease in their elbow, right? So if you straighten it out, it makes a crease. That crease, think of it as a line, as an arrow coming to the elbow bone on the side of the bone here. So you just follow that line all the way to the edge of the bone. And you're going to push right into the edge of the bone. Okay. This is called large intestine 11. Okay. So again, here's the elbow crease. You follow it all the way down to the elbow bone, and we're going to push right on the edge of the elbow bone. Okay. So I'll do it on myself just so you can see it. So I'm not trying to show off the muscles that I don't have. Okay. So here's the crease. We follow it all the way down to the elbow bone here and apply pressure right there. Okay, so again, follow it down here, apply pressure. And this is large intestine 11. So this is a good point to help boost your immune system. Okay, and we apply pressure into it and hold it, breathe and relax. Okay, all right. And now here's the tricky part. So I'm going to straighten the arm out with my thumb up. So thumbs up, right? I'm going to measure from this point that I'm on right now, 3 more fingers going towards my thumb. Okay, going towards my thumb, right on the edge of the bone. So you have a bone in your arm that goes across this way. So here, measure 3 fingers, and I'm going to apply pressure there. This is large intestine 10. Okay, so that was 11. This is 10. Okay. And we apply pressure there, again, for immune boosting, okay? So again, elbow crease to get to 11, okay? Find that point right against the bone, apply a pressure, can hold it for a minute or 2, and then I'm gonna go thumb face up. I'm gonna go 3 fingers from it, okay? And then for that 3rd finger is here, I'm gonna apply pressure right there. For me, it kind of hurts. I don't know if it hurts for you, but it kind of hurts when I push into it. So that's large intestine 10, okay? So that is the 2 points for helping to boost your immune system. And you can do it on either arm, okay? Same thing with the headache point, which interestingly enough is a large intestine point too, large intestine 4. So 11, 10, and it just goes 9, 8, 7, 6 until it gets to 4, okay? You can do it on both hands, okay? Same thing with the elbow, right? I can follow the crease down my other elbow. So I do both arms. Hit the wrist crease, right to the elbow, hold it, go 3 fingers from it, thumbs up, 3 fingers, apply pressure right there with the 3rd finger, against the bone, or right on the edge of the bone. I'm actually a little bit above it, so if you can't see, I'm a little bit above it, pushing on the edge, and that's large intestine 11, okay? And those are immune boosting points, okay? So, you know, these things are all meant, everything we're teaching you today is called complementary therapy. Nothing that I teach is meant to take the place of any form of therapy or medications or treatments you're actually going through. Never would insist on anybody ever doing things like that. But can you do things that can complement what you're going through, whether you're seeing your doctor or acupuncturist or whoever it might be. I have never met a practitioner, a colleague of mine and such, that has ever discouraged from doing things that will complement, that can be helpful. You know, I mean, some people have done some weird things and such, and we're hearing some things on the news today about bleach and stuff. That's not complementary, okay? That's actually problematic. And, you know, when I worked in the field of HIV, there was a whole thing about people trying to use bleach to kill HIV internally. And we spent years trying to discourage that kind of situation. So please understand, those things will not help you, but these things will. So these are the true forms of complementary therapy. Okay. Didn't mean to get political or anything on you guys. It's just, you know, saw the opportunity to just talk about really what you can do to help heal yourselves. And that's really the important thing. Okay. I don't know if anybody has any issues of insomnia, but insomnia is something that happens often for a lot of people. And the number one insomnia issue is that people think too much. Okay, so I'm going to teach you something. You're going to think it's kind of silly and kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to tell you, I learned it from my mentor, whose name is George Komatani. And this thing works. So all you're going to do is you're going to take 3 fingers and you're going to put them on your forehead like this. Okay. And all you're going to do is you're just going to rub back and forth or side to side like this, and then pull away. Okay. And then you rub side to side and pull away. Don't count. Just periodically, doesn't matter how many times you do it, just pull away. So when you're having those issues while you're in bed and you're thinking too much because there's all these thoughts going on in your head and such, 3 fingers on the forehead, we rub and just pull away. And it works pretty good, I have to tell you. I've had patients as well as George who've told us they woke up the next morning like this. So, you know, it works really well. I've used it many times. It is a great way of getting things out of your head. And the method is called stop thinking. So you can utilize that as a great form of being able to get some sleep, because man, sometimes the mind just rolls, right? There is points on the bottom of the foot. I'm trying to figure out how I can show you how to do it. So I think the easiest way is I'll show you on my hand, because I can't really angle this computer so easily. So just imagine this is the bottom of your foot. Okay, here's the bottom of your foot. And then here's your heel, right? Right in the middle of the heel here is an area in Japanese called shitsumin. Shitsumin is the insomnia point. Okay, so again, on the bottom of the foot, this is the point. But when you're having a issue of insomnia, the last thing you want to do is be bending down trying to push this thing with your thumb. So what do? We take a golf ball. Okay, you're gonna sit down in a chair. Don't stand on the golf ball. Okay, and you're gonna put it right here on the heel. Actually, take 2 of them, and you put it on each heel, and you're gonna push your heel down into the ground as you're sitting in the chair, and you're gonna rub your heel into this. You're gonna do this for about 10, 15 minutes before you go to sleep. Okay, we're gonna just work that point, the shitsumin point. We're just gonna keep working it for about 10, 15 minutes. So watch TV or read a book or listen to music, whatever you normally do. But before you go to sleep, you're gonna take the golf ball and you're gonna put it under each heel and just kind of rub into it. Very powerful point in shiatsu. Okay, so this is a good point for insomnia. So you can utilize that one for insomnia as well as the stop thinking method. Okay, all right. So we're getting close to running out a little bit of time. So I'm going to knock out a couple more points that we're going to go through real quick. And then we'll spend a little bit of time of question and answers and anything else that Jeannie and Minor might need to have to do. So let's talk a little bit about eye strain and allergies. Okay? Often, and it's interesting because a lot of the points are basically the exact same points for the 2 conditions. So you work on a computer, that's one of the #1 things that comes into my office are computer issues. And sometimes eye strain is an issue. The other thing is that right now we're in that season where things are changing. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the allergies today that I didn't feel a couple of days ago. So Simple way of doing it is you take your index fingers and you're going to apply a pressure right here at the bridge of your nose. Okay, so this is the pressure point here. I'm just going to breathe and relax and hold that point. If you're having an allergy issue, this is a great point. It feels so good. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold it for a minute or so, and then I'm going to slide down. Okay, you know how like in the skull you have those holes for the eyes when you see a skull? We're going to push along the ridge of that hole. Okay, and so we're going to start here at the bridge, and now we're going to come here. So don't push on your eyes. We're going to push along the bone structure. Okay, going to hold pressure here, and then I'm going to kind of just slide. Don't worry about if you're on the exact point or not. Does not matter. You'll know when you hit a good point. Okay, just hold it. We're going to apply pressure. Breathe and relax. You can brighten your energy from within. Just imagine your body filled with the bright energy, and you can actually move it into areas so you can feel like, oh, right in my eyes and my nose, I'm just going to brighten those areas up, brighten them up. Okay. And then you're going to come to that point along around the edge of your eyes and just kind of hold it. Okay. And you can just keep working these points all along the bone structure. Okay, you can hold each one for a minute or so, and if you find one that feels really good, hold on to it longer. Okay, until you make a complete circle around the eyes. Again, for eye strain and for allergies. Okay, really good points for both and such. The other part for the allergies, I'm going to take you through one more. So we're going to start at the same point here at the bridge of the nose, and then we're going to apply a pressure down. Okay. And then instead of making the circle, we're going to come down onto the cheek, on the top of the cheekbone, and we're going to follow that cheekbone like this. You can hold each one for a minute or so, or longer if you choose. And we're going to apply pressure like this along the bone, and we'll end about here. Okay. So one's a circle, the other one's kind of like coming down a little bit further onto the bone here. But those are really good points for treating allergies. All right. Okay. So those are the points. I'm looking at my time. I think we need to begin moving forward with some of the other logistical things. And
Al,
questions?
we have a few questions.
Okay.
We have a question from Maggie Fayez. Maggie, do you want to unmute, please?
Yes, hello.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, were you asking, or were you bringing to light the question of the, do you feel a reaction in your wrist?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So the pressure point that we were feeling in our hand between our forefinger and our thumb. So I noticed I was kind of feeling a little pressure there, and I was putting a little pressure, and it worked out great. What I noticed is I feel, when I'm putting pressure on it, I feel a little reaction on my pinky side of my wrist.
Oh.
Is that a concern? Is that me doing it correctly? Is that me doing it incorrectly?
Yeah. As soon as you let go of it, did it go away?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And
we're not worried about that.
Okay.
It's not. You're not going to cause any permanent damage. You're not going to cause any permanent damage by applying a pressure into a point like that. Sometimes you're going to have an energy release that will move in different directions. So sometimes you'll feel it go into different parts of the body. It's really nothing to be concerned about, especially if you let go of it and it goes away.
Yeah.
It's not an issue. So okay. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Cool, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
The next question is from Brooke McIntyre Tully. Brooke, could you unmute, please?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Brooke.
Thank you so much for this.
Oh, my pleasure.
When I was doing the acupressure between the forefinger, the thumb and finger, and I let go, it released a lot of the pain for arthritis.
Wow.
Immediately.
Wow.
What I'm suffering from, it feels like fibromyalgia in the elbows.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if there's a point or if the point that you used for the immune system might be helpful for relieving some of that pain. like when I stretch and take my fists and I ball them up, it hurts in my elbows.
Okay. Is it like in the forearm area?
No, it's the whole arm, but it's mostly in the elbows where I feel it.
Right in the joint itself?
Yes.
Okay. So your elbow has a lot of tendon attachments, which are basically the end parts of the muscles that attach onto the elbow. So you can actually go into the elbow. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. So what I found is if I put my palm face down, I'm going to take my other arm and put it palm face up. I'm going, oops, oh, I did something. I don't know what I did.
I don't know what you did.
Uh-oh, did I get kicked out?
Still see you.
No. Oh, now you did.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just pushed something. I pushed
You
it.
put it on my screen. You're fine.
We could still see you.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see my forearm. I hope you can. Forearm
Yes, we
is
can.
going to be the arm I'm working on, palm face down, palm face up with the other arm. I'm going to take my forearm and I'm going to apply a pressure right into the forearm and I'm going to work it side to side like this and see if that helps you, because that's where the tendons are attaching. You can get close to the elbow and just apply a pressure and work it. And this is a great way because your hands don't get tired. The other thing you can use is there's a thing here. If you can see this is called a knobble. It's a tool that you can buy on Amazon. I think it's like 15 bucks. And you can take this. It's great because you can put it in your hand and your hand won't get tired and you can apply pressure. And I always think about going side to side. So the muscle fiber is this way. I'm going to cut it or cross fiber it. So go at a 90-degree angle and cut it. And you can work it there. And you may be able to find other spots in your arm and just kind of work them side to side. And just kind of work that muscle. You should feel the muscle moving, not the skin, but the muscle itself should be moving. And these are great ways to be able to release these tightnesses. So you can try something as simple as that. You can always contact me. We're going to hand out my contact information later, and we can talk a little bit further.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How do we get the screen back up? Is there a way to get the camera back up? I hit this.
Jeannie, are there any other questions?
Jeannie, you still there?
Oh. Sorry about that. Thank you for your participation. Due to the time factor, we want to share Alan's information so that if you have any other questions, you could reach out to Alan. Do we have that slide that we can share? Well, this is what we'll do. We're going to do a quick closeout. If you have a few minutes and you could stay for a few minutes, we'll have Alan's information up for you. I think at this point in time, we want to thank you for, Thank you for your participation, Alan. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful
pleasure.
presentation.
It was a lot of fun.
Let me pull up this slide. Actually, Minor, do you have that slide?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It was actually on me. Minor's been helping me today. I've been having technical difficulties all over the place. Anyways, so again, thank you very much, Alan. So necessary, and that it's happening now on a Monday is fabulous too. So this is, if you could do, take a snapshot of this. This is Alan's contact information, and he would be more than willing to talk with you. So go ahead and take this, and then we'll move to the closing slide.
And email is probably best to reach me. I'm in and out of the office right now because we're shut down. So yeah.
Email would be the best.
Email.
How about emailing them at 1.nhc@AT&T.net. If you're on the phone and you can't see the screen, it's one.nhc@att.net.
And this will be sent out through email along with the post-test and the evaluation and any handouts that Alan has provided.
Okay, so let's do this. Wait a second. Oops. Let me close this out. So thank you again for this, for your participation today. On your chat box, you should see the information for the post test. Let me cut and paste that in for you.
I got it, Jeannie.
Okay. And we want to thank Alan again for doing such an amazing job. Now, if you're on here for CEUs and certificates, you must complete the post test and the evaluation, and it will be emailed to you at the end of the month for those who request. And next slide. And this week, we have some amazing workshops just like today. On needs assessment, we have the part 3 on public speaking, speak up, really exciting. And we have youth marijuana use and trends, prevention treatment, and LGBTQ trauma-informed care. Next, the week after, on the first week of May, we have a whole set of new trainings of which the registration will be available Saturday, May 2nd. If you're still interested for workshops through the 27th, I think these actually closed out on Thursday, last Thursday, correct? Mm-hmm. So please sign up for week 4, and we will look forward to seeing all of you again. If you have any other questions, again, we did have Alan's information, which minor popped up, and at that, let's go ahead, say thank you again to Alan, and have a great Monday.
Oh, that emblem that's in the pretest is called a Tai Chi. Forgot about that. So I thought someone posted that. It's called a Tai Chi, which is the black and white emblem, sometimes called yin and yang. They're opposing forces, and it's called Tai Chi. So there's your answer for your post test. Sorry, I forgot to go over that.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, thank you very much, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Jeannie. Thanks,
Thank you,
Minor.
Alan.
Thank you so much. Can you stay on the line, actually,
Yep.
Alan? Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much. Have a great rest of your afternoon. And we hope to see you tomorrow.